Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this vlog, what we want to do is talk about a live video that was put out on Caravan Shorts YouTube page, and we'll stick a link so you can go and have a look at that. And they were talking about what was best. Was it be motorhome or caravan? So we thought we'd give a response, and the hope is that not just ourselves but other vloggers will do the same about their thinking about why they chose the caravan or the motorhome they chose and the thinking behind it. And they asked, on that video, they asked 5 questions. The first one was, which was best value for money?
Caravan.
Which was best for exploring?
Caravan.
Which was the easiest to travel with and set up?
Caravan.
Which was most versatile?
Caravan.
And which was best for full-time touring?
Caravan.
Now, there's pros and cons with everything. And yes, I had a trip to Marquis, the big sort of motorhome deal, and I had a look round. But we had some really specific parameters that we wanted to stick to. The first one was we had a budget, and our budget was round about £10,000. And what sort of motorhome would we get for £10,000? Would we get something that meets our needs? The second one was, we are predominantly, we should have been Yorkshiremen, because we're...
No.
I don't want to be
Yorkshireman.
Yeah, we're tight. In that, there's only me that drives, so if we bought a motorhome, we would have a motorhome sat on the drive when it's not in use, and therefore would be taxing it, insuring it, MOTing it, servicing it, and having it sat there, basically costing us money, forgetting about the depreciation and all the rest of it. Whereas with a caravan, once we've bought it, all we've got to do is insure it and service it. And it's a habitation service, so it's, if you like, the servicing is considerably cheaper than you would get with a motorhome. And that goes for the car that we own, because we got the car in, what, 2017? 18? 18?
No, 19.
90. We had it over a year.
Yeah.
So the car we bought specifically as a low mileage car, where the new car costs, if we'd have got the same model but new, it'd have been £145 a year road tax. But because we got one that was sort of 6 months older, we got the free tax with it, and the deal at the time when the car was new was free MOT for life, and so we've got that as well. So it's about cost saving. It does, it's a Renault Kadjar 1500. It's averaging now about, normal use, about 58 miles to the gallon, something like that. So when we've got the van on, it's probably dropping down to about, I don't know, 25 to 30 miles to the gallon.
And we didn't have to pay for a tow bar because it was already on.
It was, yeah, the tow bar was factory fitted. So that was another thing when we got the caravan.
£500.
Yeah. That was another thing when we got the caravan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That it already had the 13-pin electrics fitted, and the tow bar was fitted and everything. But there's limitations with that. The factory tow bar only had a nose weight of 70 kilos, so we couldn't go over that. And the car itself, because it's only sort of I wouldn't even say a family car, it's only a saloon car on big wheels, a crossover, it will only pull 1,450, something like that. So we're restricted to the type of van we bought as well. But the questions here, what was for us? Was it caravan or motorhome? Well, let's say what we wanted. And I think when we were looking around, there was really a couple of things, wasn't there? We wanted a decent sized bathroom.
Yes, we wanted a fixed bed.
And a fixed bed. That was a definite, wasn't it?
Yes.
Purely because we didn't want to be setting up every night. There's just the two of us, so we don't have kids or anything coming with us. So being just the two of us, a fixed bed was, in one way, shape or form, was was absolutely essential. So we could leave that up and we could basically sit in the front of the van, get to bedtime, we'll turn the telly off and roll into bed. And the same in the morning when we get up, we don't have to start worrying about putting sleeping bags away or anything of that nature. So that they were the two main things, weren't they? The bathroom and the...
Yes.
The other advantage with the Caravan was you got an oven. And none of the motorhomes I looked at, there tended to be a hob and a sink, but didn't have a proper oven in them. And there were wet rooms rather than toilet, sink and
shower room.
Separate shower. So there was that thinking behind it as well. Maybe get them in the real larger motorhomes, but they were obviously far outside the budget that we'd got anyway, weren't they?
Yes.
We were really stuck. Again, it was also about how we were going to use or how we were going to travel. I think we'd made a decision fairly early on that we were going to go to sites that always had electric hookup. So we weren't too bothered about having solar or being able to be off grid. For us, our holidays, to go somewhere and to relax and to recharge. So we, good cough.
Yeah.
And so it was more about rest and relaxation rather than spending all the time driving from place to place. And I can really get the thing about using the Brit stops in a motorhome and sort of driving, stopping overnight, having a look round, moving on and going somewhere else. But that's just not the sort of thing we like, is it?
No.
We really like, because we're so busy at work, when we do go away, we like to totally switch off and chill out. So again, for that purpose, the Caravan was much more suited to us than a motorhome. Is a Caravan easier to set up than a motorhome? Hell no. No way. We are lucky that we've got a motor mover on the Caravan, so it does help us with levelling up, and it does help us with moving into tight spots. But yeah, you know, if you've got a motorhome, you drive up, you put your ramps on, you get your front and back level. But
the other thing about a motorhome, if you want to nip to the shop for a little bit shopping, you've got to take the motorhome with you. The Caravan, you leave on site, you go in the car.
And that was, and I think that was one of the things that really sort of was a plus for us, was that we could book a site, we could ensure that we were there for 3, 4, 5 days, and we would leave that on a pitch and would be able to go and have a look around the local area.
And the other thing is sightseeing. You've got to take your motorhome with you. For us to go sightseeing, leave the Caravan on the campsite, we jump in the car and we'll go sightseeing as much as we can, and we come back. Yeah,
and again, we're only looking for parking spaces for a car, not something for a
motorhome, which you find hard.
Yeah, so that was another really important point for us, was that if we decided to go, let's say, to the Lake District, which is only an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where we live, the roads there are quite narrow in places, and we wouldn't want to be traipsing around with a big vehicle. Car parks with barriers, the restrictions that you have with a motorhome compared to a Caravan, where you drive to a site, unhitch your Caravan, and you've then got the freedom of having the car to just drive around, because everything is designed for cars, not for motorhomes. But certainly setting up is one of those things that it does take longer, and I just can't agree with. Go back and watch that video, and there's a real good bit in it. And it was Martin, the Caravan nut, and he said part of the fun was setting up an awning. No, mate. Just no, mate. It's not the case, is it, at all? It's one of them jobs that's got to be done. But I would much rather be able to drive up, turn the key off, and you can do this in a motorhome, walk in the back, open the fridge and get a beer out. Now that for me is bliss. But with everything, there's always that compromise as to what's going to be best long term for you, or rather than what's going to be best just for that particular day. So Martin, I can't agree with you, mate. Sorry, you lost that question. You really did lose that question, purely because of that. Right, what else was there? Again, we're not going to be full-time touring, so we really don't have. Yes, people can full-time tour in a caravan, and they can in a motorhome. Most van lifers are in a van, and I guess if we were going to full-time tour and we're going to live in it, you'd probably find us in a motorhome. But I think we want the bit. We need a bed as a base, don't we?
Yes.
We need a house.
You need to win the lottery first.
Yeah,
as well.
we need a house with central heating and all the rest of it. So, I guess really to bring it to a conclusion as to our thoughts about caravan or motorhome, it was about the way we holiday, the things we want to do when we're on holiday, and the cost effectiveness of doing that. So for a motorhome, expensive to buy, then you've got the running costs and tax, insurance and all the rest of it that goes with it. They are the sort of annual payments that are only ever going to go up. Knew that happened.
I should say, by the way, to try to get in touch with us, but I'm on the video, so I'm not answering.
Yeah. So to conclude, it was about how we holiday and what was best for us, what was important to us from both a financial but also from an experience point of view. I guess we've maybe got to that age in our 50s where we want relaxing holidays, where we want to sightsee rather than tour around, if you like. About right with that?
Yes. We like to walk and we like to sightsee.
Yeah, and I think we can do that really well with a caravan. It really does work. It works for us, doesn't it?
Yes.
So when we come to the conclusion that we were far better with a caravan than a motorhome at our stage in life. I really can't see in the next maybe 5 years or so that we're going to be wanting to jump in a motorhome and drive for a day, stop overnight, drive for another day, stop overnight. We're not into that sort of touring lifestyle. We're into the stop, have a walk around,
stay a few days, sightsee in the car, then come home or go on further and just chill.
So that's our plan really with the caravan. But I can understand why people would want a motorhome. I can see the logic behind a motorhome, but for us, caravan all the way. So we're certainly with Caravan Shorts and Dan Trudgeon, caravan all the way at the moment.
Definitely caravan.
So thanks for watching. You take care. If you like the video, click a like at the bottom there. It'd be great if you want to subscribe, and hopefully we'll catch up with you in the next one. But till then, you take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.